of insurance products and services.
And Total Health in Grand Pavilion. Change the way you manage your family's health. Visit www.totalhealth.ky or call 333-2222.
And now, Radio Cayman presents The Business Buzz, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. This is where we address the business topics that matter. Radio Cayman's Business Buzz. Here's your host, Anita Khan.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's another beautiful Tuesday morning here in the Cayman Islands. This is the Business Buzz. Thank you for joining us this morning. Good morning to all our listeners and, of course, our viewers on YouTube. 2 segments on the Buzz this morning. Our guest on the first segment is Ms. Patricia Bryan, as we hear all about her show, Legal Talk with Patricia Bryan, and she is here to fill us in with all of the details. Come 8 o'clock, we will take a quick break for the news, CG weather, and traffic, and we'll return with the second segment and invite Dr. Rebeca de Miguel of Derma. But first, let's put the spotlight on Ms. Patricia Bryan. Ms. Bryan is a native generational Caymanian. She is a single mother of 3 awesome, productive young adults. She studied the Legal Secretary Certificate at UCCI and holds an Associate's of Science in Paralegal Studies as well as a Bachelor's of Science in Legal Studies. She also studied for an LLM in Intercultural and Human Rights Studies and has been in the legal field for approximately 23 years. Thanks for joining us on the Buzz this morning, Ms. Bryan.
Thank you, Anita. Good morning, and thanks for having me on the show. Good morning to all of our listeners here on the Business Buzz. My name is Patricia Bryan, and where do you want me to start?
Now, who's hosting this morning, me or you?
You're supposed to be hosting, but I'm trying to...
I know you're so much into the hosting that... Okay, all right, Ms. Bryan, I'm the host this morning. You're the host on Legal Talk with Patricia Bryan. Now, how did you get started with into talk show?
Well, the show is a personal brainstorm of mine that I've had on mind for quite a few years as radio talk show have developed in the Cayman Islands and technology grew. And being in the legal field, I saw a gap in information being provided to the public, the Caymanian public. And I thought it would be a good idea to put a show together where I could have guests on the show and have that information relayed through guests as much as possible for residents and visitors. As the legal field has changed, the legal atmosphere has changed in the Cayman Islands with technology, but also with a new Chief Justice, with most areas, with the Parliament, everything is going online. I thought it would be a good opportunity to put the show into play at this time and inform the public, empower the public in terms of having guests on and pushing that information out there.
I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
So it's Legal Talk with Patricia Bryan. How are you enjoying it, Ms. Bryan?
I am really enjoying it,
When
to
did
be
you start?
honest. My first show was June 26th, I believe.
Okay.
Yes.
June 26th.
Yes.
So you're smart into getting up and running. So what time is your show?
The show starts at 5 p.m. to 6 p.m.
Is it
on
Monday to Friday?
Only on Mondays.
Only on Mondays.
Yes.
Oh, okay, one day per week.
One day per week.
On 5 until 6:30 p.m. Now, and it's on Bobo?
Bobo 89.1 FM, which is with DSM Broadcasting.
Okay. Now, well, I got to get you. Susan has to bring you in sometime to co-host with me.
Okay.
That would be fun, right?
Yes, it would be.
No,
to be honest.
Give us some details. We know why you started this. What does it take to plan, research, and organize for such a show as Legal Talk? It
Well,
must take some work.
it didn't seem as if it took that much time to plan and or research, because it was something that was on my mind for quite a while. So being in the legal field already, it was pretty much orchestrated just by the fact of being in the legal field, and because I'm already a person that is out in the public, and people for many years people have approached me with different issues for information and feedback and concerns. So the research was really already there, and organizing DMS Broadcasting through their services and offering the radio station. The organization was very easy. I went in there to find out what it would take to host a show, and it was not my intention. It was not my intention to sign up for anything at that time, but they made it so easy. Bobo 89.1 especially is geared towards persons like myself, and of course, came the Cold Hard Truth, and also Ralph's show, Cayman Talks, is it? They're both hosted on that broadcasting station also. So the organization part was not that hard at all either, with the help of DMS Broadcasting.
So it was easy for you to just fit into that role.
All I have to do is show up with my guests and and record.
It's that easy, right?
Yes.
Well, it's good to know that there's a radio station out there that is, catering to individuals who want to have their own show.
Absolutely,
that's amazing.
yes. Absolutely,
that you can come out and have your own show. I might want to do my own show too.
Yes, you may. You may have a extracurricular topic you want to inform listeners about. I would encourage it.
Oh, there you go. Well, thank you, Miss Patricia. Now, are you having fun? That's the most important thing.
I am having fun, to be honest with you. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it much more than I thought I would. Once I get over the anxiety and the nervousness.
Oh, you're fine. I think you're doing great. Now, is this a pre-recorded show?
It is a pre-recorded show. My guests so far, all of my guests have made it very, very easy. We go in and pre-record the show, and then we broadcast the show on the following Monday.
Okay. So you think that in the future you'll go live? Is that a possibility?
There's a calling for me to go live, but
where you can take calls and
yes,
and just
absolutely
have some more fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just mindful. I don't want the show to become too overwhelming, or where there becomes a lot of negative aspects to it. That's not what the show is about. The show is about informing the Cayman Islands public and listeners with any legal or political targeted issues or concerns.
Ms. Bryan, that radio for me, that's what radio is all about.
Yes.
Informing the public, entertaining them, just not talking nonsense all day.
Absolutely.
It's about bringing good material to the public.
Right.
Now, how important is feedback for you? I'm pretty sure since you've started.
Well, that is what the show is designed to do, to get feedback, so I can be aware of what people would like to see on the show, but also what their concerns are out in the public in terms of legal issues. The atmosphere in Cayman, there's a lot going on right now.
Yes.
with crime, burglaries, employment issues. Now we're looking at the minimum wage issues. There's a lot going on with landlord-tenant issues, which is a major situation in Cayman at this time. So issues such as those are very important for me to get feedback on, which are also issues I intend to have guests discussing on the show. Although I've been in the legal field for 23 years, I'm not an attorney, so I do not want to give them the impression that is what I will be doing on the show. I will have guests, whether from government, the private sector, or wherever, in order to come on the show, and we have a dialogue. And hopefully at this point, listeners can send me a WhatsApp or a text if they listen to the show and they want to discuss things or they want to have a say, until we take the show live.
I like how you're talking.
Thank you.
I like how you're looking at that. No, Ms. Bryan, you've been doing this from the 26th of June, right? Who, some of the guests you've had in your show so far?
So far,
recall?
so far I've had a guest from the Cayman Islands Law School, and yesterday's show was the guest of two law students from the Cayman Islands Law School. And one of the reasons I decided to start the show with those guests is because I am a strong advocate for Caymanians getting into the legal field. I've seen that interest, what I like to call wean, over the past few years, and I thought it would be a good place to start for Caymanians to hear the show and give some highlight to the Cayman Islands, the Truman Bodden Law School, describe it correctly, and like I said, to also encourage more Caymanians to get into the legal field, but not only into the legal field, but the forefront of the legal field instead of behind the desk in the legal field. So my next guest next week will be an attorney and someone else from her office, an administrator. And at that time, we will be talking about wills, probate, and letters of administration.
Okay. Now, those are things that, we all want to hear about.
Absolutely.
And to get some free advice? Hey,
absolutely.
Can't beat that, right?
And that's the purpose of the show. That's
free.
The purpose of the show, that listeners will be able to hear free legal information, but then they'll also be aware of who is who in the Cayman Islands, offering legal services for what particular area of the law. And I'm hoping that as the show picks up, that more legal services, more legal firms will perhaps maybe offer a short free consultation, whether by phone or in person or whatever, to facilitate the interest in people becoming more aware of their legal rights and getting the legal services they need.
Oh, just get into some. I just had somebody ask me a question the other day. They were thinking about buying a foreclosure property,
right?
And somehow there's somebody paying rent, living on the property and paying rent. So they want to know, as a condition, when the sale goes through, who will the person be out? Who gets the person out?
Right.
And they have questions like that. So, do you think at some point in time you'll have a real estate lawyer or someone who deals with
definitely, Anita. That is another area. Housing, real estate, definitely is an area that I would like to have an attorney or two come on and talk about.
Or three.
Yes, come on and talk about, because that slipped my mind, but that is another primary area right now in the Cayman Islands atmosphere where we need our residents to be informed and mindful of, because I've had a few people approach me about those issues, foreclosures, rental assistance, people trying to purchase properties and to find out different aspects of it. That's a whole other topic in itself. The other issue is I've seen where many loved ones have passed, and real estate or real property becomes an issue where the family is stuck because they weren't aware of the lawful rights and the lawful aspects of going about securing their property, or how to sell their property, or how to deal with the bank, or again going back to wills and probate and letters of administration. It all ties in. So that's one of the purposes of the show.
We love it. If you're just joining us, you're listening to the Business Buzz. This is our first segment this morning, and we're having a chat with Miss Patricia Bryan, the host of Legal Talk with Patricia Bryan on Bobo 89.1 FM every Monday from 5 p.m. until 6:30 p.m. We're going to take a quick break. Thanks to our sponsor this morning, Cayman Insurance Center and Total Health.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you The Historical Vignette Series, brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. The Cayman Islands, He hath founded it upon the seas.
Reginald Bernie Bernard. Mr. Bernard was the only baker in Cayman. He baked bread and rolls for ships calling at the Georgetown Harbor and for local residents and hotels. He was also a farmer who raised cattle and pigs. He and his wife, Rosamond Inez Ebanks Bernard, had 2 sons and 1 daughter. Mr. Bernard served as a vestryman and was a member of Elmsey Church. He was well known to all in Grand Cayman, and people came to him frequently for advice on various subjects. Throughout his life, he never allowed himself to be photographed.
Rotary Central has worked diligently each year to provide quality bus shelters to our community. A traveling convenience to our school children, the elderly, young people going to work, guest workers, and visitors using the public bus. We, Rotary Central, help you, our advertisers, make it happen. Your marketing dollar travels a far way. Positioning your message, your product, your services, your presence in over 83 bus shelters. Every dollar you spend, every advert you place helps to build another bus shelter, providing modest comfort for Cayman travelers. Reserve space now on the only billboard medium in the Cayman Islands. Email rotaryshelters@gmail.com. rotaryshelters@gmail.com. The Bus Shelters, a partner in community convenience. Another inspiration program by Rotary Central Cayman Islands.
Radio Cayman's Historical Vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
Homeowners, protecting your family and property is crucial during the season, and you should always assess insurance needs long before a storm makes landfall. Most insurers won't issue new policies or increases when a storm is imminent. Cayman Insurance Center's team of professionals can help owners like you find the most comprehensive coverage and competitive rates. Call the insurance professionals at Cayman Insurance Center 949-4657 or email info@cic.com.ky. Don't take chances with your family's future or your valuable assets. Call Cayman Insurance Center's insurance professionals today at 949-4657.
How life treating you? I don't know how you do it. Traffic, errands, and don't forget work and chores. There is no time. I need to get Sarah a dental check, and Grandpa needs a checkup too.
Oh, I'm no supermom at all. But if you need all services under one roof, look no further. Try Total Health. They offer such great quality care, and we're able to work with my entire family and our busy schedule. Guess what? They are open 6 days a week and welcome walk-ins too.
Total Health at Grand Pavilion on West Bay Road. From junior's x-rays to your daughter's dental care, their suite of services encompasses diabetology, ophthalmology, gynecology, ENT, physiotherapy, pharmacy, on-site laboratory, imaging, and the list goes on. Total Health is your one-stop convenient family healthcare solution. All the services of a hospital without the hassle.
Total Health in Grand Pavilion. Change the way you manage your family's health. Visit www.totalhealth.ky or call 333-2222.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
Good morning and welcome back to the Business Buzz. It's a beautiful Tuesday on the outside, and we have a beautiful guest on the inside. It's none other than Miss Patricia Bryan. She's a new talk show host on Bobo FM, and her program is called Legal Talk with Patricia Bryan. Now, Ms. Bryan, just tell us about some of the areas of interest that you feel strongly about. And I'm sure you have lots of areas that you feel strongly about.
I do, Anita. Thank you for giving me that opportunity to speak about that. Some of the areas of interest for me are human and civil rights. I'm also interested in anything associated with the rights and welfare of children, women, and the elderly. We've seen some cases pop up with elderly abuse and so forth. So I'm interested in those areas. I'm interested in pretty much any area of where it concerns social issues and bettering the society and the community. But for me, at the end of the day, it's all about educating listeners, educating the public, because on a day-to-day basis, many people are not aware how law and the legal aspect of the law plays a part in your everyday life. Once you become aware of certain areas of the law, and once you become aware of the law, you start to realize how law infiltrates every aspect of your life as you go about, your daily activities. So I am interested in those areas where it affects people's everyday lives, because one of the things I've always said about the law is that the law can either make or break your life. So it can make a difference. Another area of importance to me, before I forget, is expungement. Arresting rights, anything to do with law enforcement and detention and arresting rights. Another big area since the pandemic is business, trade in business, and corporations. We've seen a lot of residents form companies, and there's arisen a lot of legal issues surrounding this, and I think many of those business owners or entrepreneurs are not aware of the legal aspects of and forming companies and what the repercussions could be. And I've seen some end up in the legal system being sued, and I'd like to have guests come on to the show to speak about those types of issues, anything legal oriented. I'd like to have some, our members of government. Doesn't matter if it's the opposition or PACT, because the show isn't geared towards any political person. It's geared towards if the government wants to come on to the show to speak about anything that they may be doing in their respective districts, or if there's anything they want to bring to the parliament that will affect the country. I go to the parliament building quite often when they're sitting, and try to take in the meetings, so I could better inform and equip myself, and I could pass that on to my listeners. So those are the areas of interest to me, but they're not only the areas of interest. Anything law I am passionate about, and I encourage. For instance, yesterday I had a short conversation with a gentleman at Starbucks. Here's Starbucks again. Starbucks, you guys are going to have to start paying me. The law school is located right above Starbucks in town. But I had a conversation with a gentleman from Off-Reg. And by the time we finished the conversation, he did not realize legal aspects of some of what's happening with Off-Reg. So that's another thing I would hope to for them to come on to the show and just talk about some of what they're doing, so people can better understand, because I've had people tell me, I feel like I want to sue Off-Reg, So, I mean, it's just to inform the public. So that's really what the show is about, Anita.
So I'm seeing these will be future shows.
Definitely. I'm foreseeing those as future shows also. I mean, if someone wants to contact me and say, hey, I'd like to be on the show, I'd like to discuss this legal issue. And I'm hoping to get, maybe I shouldn't say this, but I'm hoping that eventually I'll get someone from the legal aid department, someone from the family unit at the court's office, because these are important issues to the public also, so they can be aware. I've had people approach me, how can you help? Can you help me with this? Can you help me fill out a legal aid form? That sort of thing. And people are afraid to approach the court system, And I know that the present Chief Justice is making it more user-friendly, more public-friendly, but that does not deter the public from feeling intimidated from approaching the court. So that's another aspect of the show I hope to introduce, to accomplish people feeling more comfortable approaching the court system and the services they offer.
Well, you are the helm of the talk show, Legal Talk with Patricia Bryan. I'm pretty sure they'll the public will learn a lot more. Now, Ms. Patricia, what's your contact details?
My contact details, the number is 922-5086.
Okay.
And the email address is legaltalkwithpatricia@outlook.com. I am also present on Facebook, Instagram. And I'm up and running with YouTube. That's a whole other thing in itself. That's a bit more challenging. But we're also on YouTube.
Now, we only have about 3 minutes left on the program. What would you like to leave with our listeners this morning?
I would like for listeners to tune into the show every Monday at 5 to 6:30 p.m. on Bobo 89.1 FM. And if you have any concerns, anything you would like to discuss or talk about, please reach out on the social media sites or by WhatsApp, text, phone call. And
Instagram even?
Instagram, yes. Instagram is really, really good. I love Instagram.
Me too.
For the show. And also, if there's guests that would like to get on the show, they can also contact me. I also want to take this opportunity to encourage our listeners to volunteer to a nonprofit of your choice. That's also very important to me. And also to encourage persons that if you have a court case, check the court list so you do not miss your court date and accumulate another charge by missing your court dates. I've seen too many of our residents miss court dates and accumulate a charge for failing to appear, failing to surrender, and that in itself will affect their records and so forth. And that's something very important to me to discuss on the show also. But please feel free to reach out and also listen to the show on Bobo 89.1 FM on Mondays at 5 to 6:30.
I think you might have to extend your program. You might have to go from 4:30 to 6:30.
That's a possibility. my present guests that are coming on next week, we could have ran into overtime. The topic was so interesting. So listen to next Monday's show with wills, letters of administration, and probate.
Okay, and Susan, we'll have to have Ms. Bryan back on at some time as she goes on with her show.
I would love to give you guys an update, Anita.
Yes. Well, we want to wish you well with your show.
Thank you.
And have fun. But I know the public is gonna learn a lot from what you have to offer.
Thank
we
you.
appreciate that. We appreciate that free advice coming from you.
Thank you, Anita.
You're very welcome. And have a wonderful day. Bobo FM 89.1 every Monday from 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. You can hear Legal Talk with Patricia Bryan.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Thanks to our sponsor this morning of the Business Buzz, Cayman Insurance Center and Total Health. Coming up, Susan's got a time check ready for you. And after that, we'll have the news, weather by CG Bridke, traffic brought to you compliments of Subway. And we'll be back with our second segment of the Buzz this morning with Dr. Miguel from Derma.
Thank you, Anita. And studio time now by Price Right is 7:59.
Summer is heating up.
And Priced Right is sizzling.
Splash down into Priced Right Sizzling Summer for a chance to dive into our prize pool worth over $2,000.
Between now and July 31st, your purchase of $100 or more gives you a chance to compete for one of 20 prize packs with the best summer electronics and home goods.
That'll be sure to keep you cool and your summer hot.
Promotion only valid at Priced Right at the Airport Center. For more info, go to fosters.ky/Priced Right Summer.
Summer better for less at Priced Right.
Radio Cayman,
The voice,
the heart, the soul of the Cayman Islands.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
For today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
With your latest news, I'm Carsley Fuller. Police have formally charged a man with murder after a fatal incident involving a car Saturday night. The 41-year-old Georgetown man is suspected of intentionally running down another person. Police investigations revealed the victim and suspect had been involved in a, quote, verbal dispute that turned physical, allegedly leading to the victim being hit by a car and killed. The suspect will appear in court later today. This is Cayman's second homicide of the year. After an increase in the reports of missing or stolen license plates, police are encouraging the public to report it because those plates could be used to commit crimes. Radio Cayman's April Cummings has more.
Chief Superintendent Brad Ebanks says along with the recent increase in robberies, they're seeing a corresponding increase in reports of stolen vehicle number plates, also known as license plates. In fact, those stolen plates are sometimes being put on getaway vehicles, making it harder for police to track them down. As a result, police are encouraging members of the public to immediately report any instance where your vehicle number plate has been stolen, has gone missing, or may have been tampered with, and they want you to do it right away, especially if you have CCTV footage available showing the culprits removing the plates. You can make a report to your nearest police station or call 911. April Cummings, Radio Cayman News.
In other news, Premier the Honorable Wayne Panton says government is launching a new pilot program to help eligible Caymanian homeowners save energy and money.
The Cayman Home Energy Efficiency Retrofits, or CHEER program, will install energy-saving retrofits for eligible Caymanians. We're doing this to help lower-income families and older persons who are struggling with high electricity bills despite their best efforts to conserve energy.
In a video published on the Cayman Islands government YouTube channel Monday evening, the Premier noted record temperatures are driving up monthly utility bills. The program will provide energy savings retrofits such as roof insulation and more efficient air conditioning systems and appliances.
Priority consideration for the pilot CHEER program will be given to older persons, families with children, and persons with disabilities or health conditions. The government is working with local nonprofit organization Resilience Cayman to deliver this program.
The Premier says you can find more information and an application form at resilience.ky. You can apply now through August 31st. Applications will be evaluated on a first-come, first-served basis. Now with a check of international news, here's the BBC, which will take us out of the newscast. I'm Karsley Fuller.
BBC News with Emily Thomas. Ukraine's president has accused NATO leaders of showing weakness in their approach to his country's membership bid. Volodymyr Zelensky said it would be absurd not to set a timetable for joining the alliance. He was speaking on his way to a major NATO summit in Lithuania. Israeli police have arrested more than 40 people during widespread protests against the government's decision to push ahead with planned judicial reforms. The bill has passed its first reading in Parliament. National security police in Hong Kong have raided the family home of the exiled democracy campaigner Nathan Law. He's one of 8 prominent activists wanted on suspicion of subversion and collusion with foreign forces. Flooding has forced the evacuation of thousands of people in the Indian capital, Delhi. Officials have put the city on high alert as water levels in the Yamuna River rise to dangerous levels. More than 40 people have died across northern India after days of torrential rain. Nearly a decade after taking power in a military coup, Thailand's Prime Minister says he's retiring from politics. Prayut Chan-o-cha will remain as caretaker Prime Minister until a new government is formed. 2 months ago, his military-backed party won less than a tenth of the seats in Thailand's parliament. The World Food Programme says it's rapidly boosting its support on the border between Sudan and Chad. The UN agency says about 250,000 people have fled to Chad since fighting began between Sudanese military factions. A tourist helicopter has crashed in the mountains of Nepal, killing 6 people. 5 Mexican nationals are among the dead. The 6th victim was the Nepali pilot. People living near the capital of Iceland have been forced to shut windows and turn off ventilation because of a volcanic eruption. It's causing poisonous gases to spread through the area. That was the latest world news from the BBC.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com. Are you tired of waiting in long lines at the pharmacy just to fill a prescription?
If what, child, let me tell you.
Well, now you can save time and money with ValueMed's online prescription service. Visit ValueMed's new website, valrx.com, and click the Refill Subscriptions button. Fill in your information and choose your preferred pickup location. Or email your prescription refills for ValueMed Walkers Road at rx-wr@valrx.com, and for ValueMed in Boddentown, email rx-bt@valrx.com. Say goodbye to the hassle of waiting in lines and hello to the convenience of online prescriptions with ValueMed Pharmacy. Visit valrx.com to place your orders today.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman with the latest up-to-date, accurate news and information. For your convenience, the headline news will be repeated on our sister station, Breeze 105.3 FM, weekdays at 8:30 a.m. Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or download the Radio Cayman app in the App Store or log on to www.radiocayman.gov.ky and stay connected to what's happening in the community. Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
Tune in every Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. for Radio Cayman's Midday Newscast. Radio Cayman, the people's station, your trusted official source for the latest news. The 12 p.m. news is proudly brought to you by Health City Cayman Islands. World-class healthcare within your reach.
Where is our number again? Aha! Here it is. 945-2290.
Hello, welcome to Chicken Country Corner, Savannah. How may I help you?
Oh, hi. A friend of mine told me that you have a special on Tuesdays and Wednesdays on your award-winning Caribbean wood roasted chicken. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am. On Tuesdays and Wednesdays from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m., you can buy a breast and wing dinner and get another one for half price.
Hey, that's an awesome deal. I'm coming right over to Chicken.
Buy a breast and wing dinner and get one half off is on. Only at the Chicken Savannah location. Call 945-2290. That's 945-2290. The 8:12 a.m. weather report brought to you by CG Britcay, where people come first.
Pleasant good morning. Let's take a look at the latest weather report. Current temperature is 84 degrees. Relative humidity is 83%. The barometric pressure is 29.96 inches and rising. The wind is out of the east-southeast at 6 knots. Overnight low temperature was 83. Synopsis indicate light to moderate winds and seas will continue across the Cayman area for the next 24 hours. A few isolated showers are likely this morning as a tropical wave just west of the area drifts further west through today. Radar images show isolated showers in and around the Cayman area moving towards the west-northwest. Now the forecast for today calling for partly cloudy skies with a 30% chance of showers, and temperatures will rise to the low 90s with a heat index of 105 degrees Fahrenheit. It's going to be a hot one. Winds will be east at 10 to 15 knots and seas will be slight to moderate with wave heights of 2 to 4 feet. Pretty much the same for tonight, partly cloudy skies with a 20% chance of showers and temperatures dipping to the upper 70s tonight. Winds will be northeast at 10 to 15 knots and seas will be slight to moderate with wave heights of 2 to 4 feet. Low tide will be this morning at 11:37 and a high tide again this evening at 6:37. The sun will set this evening at 6 minutes past 7 and will rise tomorrow morning at 5:56. And the outlook is calling for moderate northeasterly winds and slight to moderate seas through Thursday morning. That's the very latest on your weather report.
Hi, my AC just went out and I need someone to come fix it.
I'm sorry, we're closed.
Okay, what about tomorrow?
We're only open on Thursday. And we're fully booked.
Have anything next week?
No.
Okay, when can you send someone out?
The 22nd is open.
I'll take it.
Of December 2023.
With the best medical cover for your dollar, we're like an AC technician who isn't too busy for you. CG Britcay. Good like that.
The 8:12 a.m. weather report brought to you by CG Britcay, where people come first.
During these unprecedented times, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Cayman Strong Series. The Cayman Strong Series is brought to you by Encourse Cayman. Visit encourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. Encourse Cayman, health, wellness, and happiness.
Achieving our goals is rewarding, but at times can feel frustrating, especially if and when we miss our target. As you approach your goals in life, set yourself up for success.
When setting your goals, look at the big picture. What is most important to you? When you are successful, how will your life be different? These questions can help you define what success means to you. Are you dreaming of owning your own business, getting a significant promotion, or running a marathon? These values will guide the goals you set for your future life. Being able to envision your values in action will make them feel real and near.
Change your thinking and change your life.
During these unprecedented times, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Cayman Strong Series. The Cayman Strong Series is brought to you by OnCourse Cayman. Visit oncourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. OnCourse Cayman, health, wellness, and happiness.
These days, feelings of loneliness, anxiety, stress, and depression can be overwhelming. Just know you are not alone. OnCourse Cayman offers private mental health services for children, teens, adults, and groups. Visit oncourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. OnCourse Cayman, health, wellness, and happiness.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
Good morning once again. Let's take a look at how your traffic is shaping up this morning. Traffic is steady heading to Georgetown on Crew Road. Slight delays expected. And steady traffic on the Linford Pearson Highway. And traffic also steady on Huldah Avenue coming off of Bobby Thompson Way. Moderate flow of traffic in both directions on the Westbury Road and from the Ritz. And traffic is flowing pretty good on Owen Roberts Drive and coming from the Westbury four-way stop. As we turn our eyes to Godfrey Dixon Way and Eastern Avenue, flowing moderately. Have you seen accidents or incidents? Give us a call here at Radio Cayman, 949-6990. That's the very latest on your traffic. Join us again. At about 10 minutes after 12 o'clock, we'll give you another traffic report. And traffic is steady coming off of the Esterly Tibbetts Highway.
From boat days to beach gatherings, leave the catering to Subway. Choose from small and large sandwich platters, double meat wrap platters, and top it off with optional cookie platters for dessert. Or ask about our Subway box to go with the option of 6-inch or foot-long sandwich, 1 cookie, and 1 bag of chips for all occasions and celebrations. Let Subway focus on the food so you can focus on the fun. Visit subway.ky for catering options. Subway. Eat fresh.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
89.9 Radio Cayman helps you to weather the storm during this hurricane season.
One of the most crucial elements of hurricane preparedness is storm awareness. During the season, it is of utmost importance to pay attention to the latest local weather forecast, as hurricanes do not suddenly form or strike. There are various methods of advanced notification. Utilizing such may be the difference between a favorable outcome and disaster. Both television and radio serve as excellent mediums with up-to-the-minute storm path information in the wake of a hurricane. Another method of tracking a hurricane may be only arm's length away. Your smartphone or tablet can be your most valuable tool before, during, and after a storm, providing countless numbers of apps with crucial hurricane information. Many apps allow you to track storms with moving radar and satellite imagery, plus offer alerts, current conditions, forecasts, advisories, and even video.
This hurricane preparedness tip was brought to you by your community radio station, Radio Cayman, 89.9 FM.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
Homeowner.
Good morning and welcome back to the Business Buzz. It's 15 minutes after 8 o'clock. We want to say thank you to Ms. Patricia Bryan for being our first guest on the Buzz this morning. This is our second segment. And as we continue here on Radio Cayman, we have just one guest in the studio. She's not just one guest, she's our guest. She's dermatologist Dr. Rebeca de Miguel from Derma, and she's here to share about ways to protect our skin. Good morning, Dr. Miguel.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me here. It's a pleasure.
Oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. It's been a while since you've been in the studio.
Yes, it's been more than a year when we started at Derma at the Grove.
Oh, right. That's right. Now, it's good to have you in the studio. Now, you've been in the business for a while, and you have pretty much a lot more clients, I'm pretty sure, since you started. When did you start the business?
Well, I've been here like about 12 years.
12 years, okay.
Yeah, but in the current clinic in Derma at the Grove, we've been already a year and a half. More or less like that. Yeah, but I've been here in the island about almost 12 years. Yes.
Yeah, I remember when you came on the bus, you had just started.
Yes,
you started out.
It has been a journey. It was quite difficult to set up the clinic, to move to the new facility, etc. But we are very happy there now.
Now, you diagnose and treat a wide range of clinical conditions affecting the skin, hair, and nails. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Dermatologists, we treat the three things. Sometimes people don't know that we do things about hair, for instance, no? And they say, do you do hair, the treatments? Yes.
Yeah, you would think dermatologists, you just do skin, right?
Yeah.
You just take care of the skin. But it's skin, hair, and nails.
Mm-hmm.
Now, tell us more about your services at Derma.
We are very proud of being the first and at the moment just the unique Mohs surgery unit in the island. It's a type of skin cancer surgery that the people used to go to Miami to have the procedure done to remove the whole skin cancer, no? And now we do it here. It comes Dr. Weiss to the clinic once a month to do the procedure. We do a lot of treatments for skin cancer. I like to do a lot of prevention, education for skin care, and we always treat common conditions such as acne, rosacea, allergies. We do cosmetic, I have a lot of lasers. That's the beauty of having just a solo clinic for dermatology, that I have everything for the skin. So I have a lot of lasers, treatments for the hair, plasma. We do a lot. We have two beauty therapists that they do a lot of cosmetical peels, derma pen, dermabrasions. We have a very wide spectrum of treatments and care.
Your skin is lovely.
Thank you. I'm the dermatologist.
I absolutely agree. It's very. Do you use a lot of moisturizer?
Well, I use every single day sunscreen. That's the main thing you have to do here. And also, I use the products that we have at the clinic of Ses Derma that are from Spain. And I really love them, and it's a nice way just to hydrate the skin. But one of the most important things here to avoid, obviously, skin cancer, but also pigmentation, etc., is the sunscreen. Here, the people, when I ask them, do you apply the sunscreen? Yes, doctor, every time I go to the beach. And from Monday to Friday, what happened? You know, it's like it's so important here to use the sunscreen every single day.
You know, when I first moved here, I had never used sunscreen before, and I still didn't use sunscreen, and I'm paying dearly for that. I regret never, ever using sunscreen.
A darker color of skin, they think that they don't need to use sunscreen, and it's not true. Everybody has to use sunscreen, and the skin ages a lot, and it has a lot of pigmentation, wrinkles, etc., even though you are darker color, no? So that's why I always encourage to use sunscreen every single day.
And use it under your makeup?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, tell us about the staff that make up your team, your dream team at Derma.
I'm so lucky with my team now, because we have two amazing nurses that they are super well trained. They do a lot of procedures. They are always learning, doing courses. So they are amazing. We have two beauty therapists that they are also very well trained, and they have a lot of. They are lovely. They have a lot of knowledge. My reception team, everybody is at the clinic very focused on the dermatological conditions and learning, and I'm very happy with them.
And you do all your surgeries at Derma.
Yes, because
Same
in
location.
most of the procedures that we do in dermatology, 99% of them could be with local anesthesia. So we have there the facilities, a new facility with the state-of-the-art equipment. So we do everything there. So what is more convenient for the patients, that they don't have to go to the hospital and wait, and it's easier.
No, for those persons who would like to say goodbye to dull and tired skin and hello to a radiant, rejuvenated complexion, what do you have at Derma? What do you offer at Derma, especially during summer?
Yeah, we have from time to time I like to do like a combos, like offers, because I really believe in tailored treatments, in combination. I think the key is the combination. And we have a lot of laser, a lot of procedures that we can offer. And now we are offering the summer treatment that comes with first an IPL, that is intense pulse light, that is going to get rid of all this pigmentation, vascular damage, and stimulates the collagen production. After a month, when we have cleaned a little bit all that, we do a CO2 fraction laser that is like a rejuvenation, resurfacing laser. That one, it could be done depending on the type of skin, like a deeper or more superficial. And after a couple of weeks or something like that, after we do a hydrofacial to hydrate all that skin that has changed from the other treatments. And we have like a special combo for that treatment with some products, etc. It's a fantastic treatment. The skin looks amazing after.
Yeah. Do you use, I'm going to go back to you all the time. I'm going to use you as a reference, if you don't mind. So your skin, like I said, it's amazing. Well hydrated, and I can tell that you take care of your skin. Yeah. Obviously, because you're a dermatologist, right?
Obviously.
Now, do you wear makeup?
Never.
Never.
I never wear makeup.
No foundation,
nothing.
Powder, nothing.
Nothing.
Is there a reason why you don't use any type of makeup?
Well, I first of all, I'm always running. I have no time in my life. I have two children and the clinic, and I'm always running. So if you put the makeup, you have to remove it. So correct. No, but I never, I don't know. I have a good color of skin, and I think if you hydrate, etc., at the end, because sometimes the makeup could cause pimples, no? Because you clog the pores sometimes. So I never had pimples or anything. So I never need it.
Do you think if a lot of women would stop using so much makeup on their faces, that
yes, definitely
they will get a better skin,
yes,
type, tone?
There are different type of makeups, different qualities, thickness, etc. And yes, I think that some people, as they have pimples, they cover. So they cover, and they could cause more pimples, and that's the trouble.
Okay. Now, most makeup most of them have at least 15 SPF.
No, but you have to need at least 50. We live in the Caribbean. So here the radiation index, it goes to from 0 to 11. Here we have these days 11. The maximum. If you go to the website and you read 11, it's like a stay home. So it's very high. So people don't realize that they have to use a lot of sunscreen, and it has to be, myself, before coming here, I put SPF 50. 50. So it's 30, 50 is what you have to use. 15 is nothing. And also now it's very important. The sunscreens that you have over the counter, they have just protection UVB and UVA. But they saw in the last years that the visible light is one of the triggers of the melasma, the darker skin, and that is not covered in many of the common sunscreen. It has to be a special type of sunscreen to cover also visible light. Otherwise, people with melasma, they don't improve.
Okay, so take, for instance, my skin, my complexion. I might have to go something a little bit higher. Like, there's a 75 out there. I know I've seen 75 before.
Fantastic.
Someone I know had 75, and I couldn't believe there was a 75 for face.
Yes, as I said, for your color, probably 30-50 will be enough. But as I said, it's not just the UVB and the UVA, that is what is that name, the SPF, but also has to be cover the visible light if you want to avoid pigmentation.
Okay. Boy, I'm learning something new today. Now, what are some of the common skin conditions you've been treating since you started?
Here, the most common one is the skin cancer.
Skin cancer.
Yes, there are two types of skin cancer. We have the melanoma and the no melanoma. The no melanoma is more common, thanks God, than the melanoma, and is the two types are the most common one: basal cell carcinoma and squamous cell, and those are treatments that that we provide at the clinic. No, that we can remove it, cryotherapy, photodynamic therapy, Mohs surgery. So we do a lot of treatments for that. So I would say one of the most common thing that, and hair loss. We do a lot of hair loss, yes. We do a lot of treatments with plasma, mesotherapy, injections, laser. So we have a lot of patients with that concern, that it could be because of many different reasons. No, sometimes the problem is that they come to the office and they have been diagnosed of something else before. So I think the most important thing is not just the treatment, but also to do the proper diagnosis of why is having that person a hair loss. No, and we do that every single day a lot. And melasma, that's the three things I would say.
Well, I wouldn't think about hair loss. Now, what do you think? A lot of people, is it mostly your clients? I think just men. Are they men or?
No. We have also a lot of women.
Why do you think they're losing their hair?
It could be because many different reasons. It could be genetic, let's say, but female pattern hair loss. It could be also stress with an effluvium. It could be because here is very common in Afro-American women in the crown area. There is like a cicatricial scarring alopecia that is called central centrifugal cicatricial alopecia.
Okay.
It has a long name. And that one is very important to treat it as soon as possible because it's causing a scarring of the tissue. So once the hair falls, you are not going to have it again. So you better treat it as soon as possible. And here is quite common, that one. So it depends on the type of skin, depending on many things. They are like more women or men and the age.
But a lot of women like to color their hair, and they use heating iron.
Yeah, well, that's not very helpful.
But do you think that would contribute to hair loss?
Well, if you just color your hair or things like that, it's not a big deal. The problem is the people that they have been using all their life relaxers, braiding, because it's a trauma for the hair every day, every single week. If you do like a coloring your hair from time to time or things like that, fantastic. It's even healthy to cut your hair, no? But yes,
color.
You can do coloring. You can do those kind of things. Fine. The problem is when you do those chemical relaxers, and the very tight braiding or special styles, no, that they can cause
hair roots.
Exactly.
Okay.
So yeah.
Oh. You've got me thinking now. No, I don't wear any of that. But no, do you have any sort of skin screening programs that you do?
Yes, we have a photo finder equipment that is a mole mapping machine where we can screen all your moles and they save in the machine. So when you come back after a year or whatever, the machine point out the ones that they have changed, so you have a new one. So we encourage the patients to come once a year. In particular, you have records in the family of skin cancer, or you have a new spot that you are concerned, to come and we do like a screening, no? And on top of that, we, as I said, I really like to educate the patients and the public. So we try to do like a presentation of skin cancer awareness. We go to the schools to do how to protect your skin, these kind of things that they, I guess at the end, people are more aware, no, that they have to do something with the skin.
We live where it's hot. You know, very hot these days. Now, especially where the heat index is so high, what would you say, what advice would you give to our listeners who normally go out and work in the sun? Those construction workers who are out in the sun, the gardeners, those people who work all day long, the divers, you know.
Yeah, we have many patients that they are working outside. So I always tell them first, the most important thing is protecting the skin as much as they can with clothes and using the sunscreen, obviously. But they tell me, I'm sweaty, then this appears. I know, you have to reapply. And using sunglasses, a hat. We have also at the clinic something that is called polypodium leukotomos. It's a fancy word.
Can you go slow on that word?
Polypodium leukotomos is in the brand. The brand is Heliocare. Okay. Is an oral sunscreen. They call it oral sunscreen, but it's a plant that what it does is a booster for the immune system and protects you from the inside. So you take the pill in the morning, and when you go outside, you have less chances to get burned, and it protects you and repairs a little bit the sun damage. The ingredient is what is called polypodium. That is like a Latin, no? Is the name of the plant, but the pills are called Heliocare. We have it there.
You have it at Derma.
Yes, and I do recommend to all the patients that they are exposed every single day. They are not expensive, and it's something that you can protect on top of the sunscreen.
Okay. We're going to take a quick break. Thanks to our sponsor this morning, Total Health and Cayman Insurance Center. You're listening to the Business Buzz. This is our second segment, and we have in the studio from Derma, Dr. Rebeca de Miguel.
Homeowners, protecting your family and property is crucial during the season, and you should always assess insurance needs long before a storm makes landfall. Most insurers won't issue new policies or increases when a storm is imminent. Cayman Insurance Center's team of professionals can help owners like you find the most comprehensive coverage and competitive rates. Call the insurance professionals at Cayman Insurance Center 949-4657 or email info@cic.com.ky. Don't take chances with your family's future or your valuable assets. Call Cayman Insurance Center's insurance professionals today at 949-4657.
Excuse me, I noticed you from afar.
Really? Me?
Well, not you. The KFC sandwich you're eating?
Oh, Zinger.
Sorry, I'm not trying to be funny.
No, it's called the Zinger Sandwich. Crunchy, juicy, 100% chicken breast, crisp lettuce, sweet mayo on a seeded bun with a little zing. KFC's chicken is not factory breaded, frozen and refried like the Burger Boys. Customize your KFC Zinger and dip it in barbecue sauce.
Wow, now I'm starting to notice you too.
KFC, it's finger licking good.
Radio Cayman, your #1 community station, would like to remind you that we are in the hurricane season, and in order to survive a hurricane, you need to be prepared. If officials' sources say a hurricane is imminent, please board up or shutter up windows in your home or place of business. Remember to use good lumber, as makeshift boarding may actually cause more damage. Also put strong bracing on outside doors so that they are not blown off or blown in.
This hurricane advice was brought to you by Radio Cayman, your caring community radio station.
We give you honor and praise, adoration and glory.
Radio Cayman.
Praise time.
Praise him, praise him. Come on, let's praise the Lord. Come on, let's praise the Lord. Praise him in the morning and in the evening. Oh, let's praise the Lord.
Praise time in the morning.
Praise him, praise him.
Weekdays 6 to 6:30 a.m.
Radio Cayman, waking you up.
Rock my soul in the blues of my favorite. Rock my soul in the blues of my favorite.
Praise time.
I know he cares. He'll always be there. Oh, yeah. Praise him, praise him, praise him.
Nice time.
Set your clock for 6 a.m. or you will miss it.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita.
Skincare, nail care, and hair care. That's what we're talking about this morning. Dr. Rebeca de Miguel is in the house. So, Doc, tell me. They say there's no such thing as a healthy tan. What do you think about those people who like to go to, what do you call them again? Those tanning salons?
They are banning those machines in some countries. I think it's
Really?
terrible. Yeah,
Okay.
and I think it's terrible because you are increasing the chances to have skin cancer in the future.
But you tan at your own risk.
Yeah.
You know, just like if you walk out in the sun without
Yeah, you are
sunscreen.
increasing the chances. So you have to, you can be a little bit tan if you receive the sun along the years or you are at the beach, but you have to protect yourself with the sunscreen every single day, yeah.
Your entire body from forehead to toes.
Well, people that
basically.
they know me, they know that I'm always at the beach with long sleeve, with my hat, with the sunscreen. So, and I'm still I have some color.
Yes, you do. Now, how often should someone visit their dermatologist?
I think once a year is very important. It's like to go to the dentist, no? To check your skin, that is the largest organ in the body. So we have to check the whole thing from the head to the toe to rule out skin cancer or other conditions. But also you have something that is drawing your attention for something, like, oh, this is not healing. For how long do you have that? 3 months. That could be a skin cancer. Something that is not healing is because the tissue is not healthy, so should be seek for advice, or a mole that suddenly is changing of color. So I prefer people to come to show me something that they are concerned and telling them, no worries, this is just an age spot or something easy, rather than, oh, you should have come earlier. No, so every time that you have something that is suspicious, definitely come to the doctor.
So if you have a mole, say, it's been there for a while, and say it's in your back, and you can't see it every day, you know, and you feel like it's starting to grow a little bit. When would it be the best time to take it in hand?
As soon as possible, come to see the dermatologist, because then I can see with the dermoscopy, with the microscope, and we can see if it's really something worrisome or if it's something that it was just an irritation, because sometimes there are moles that they are in the crease or in areas where you are having clothes and they get irritated because of the friction. But if not, it's better to tell you nothing rather than...
So when you remove those moles, do you have them tested right?
Oh, yes, always.
Right at Derma?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
We send it to Miami by FedEx. We have a lab in Miami that they are amazing. They are dermatopathologists. And they tell us in about 5-7 days, depending on the week and depending on how FedEx takes everything. No, but in 1 week or less, we have the result. And they are excellent.
All right.
We always analyze everything.
So when you make that incision, how do you stitch it? Do you use?
Depends. Depends. Sometimes we do a shaving biopsy, that is like slicing it. If it's like a raise and no stitches, sometimes we have to give a stitch because it's flat, and then you have to do a couple of stitches. So it depends on the area, depends on the lesion, depends. Yeah.
Oh, that will determine the procedure.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Now I'm learning a lot today about this. So how can someone book an appointment to see your derma?
Well, they can call us to 233-1152 or email us to info@derma.ky. And I know that they are going to see that we don't have appointments until September, October. But if you have something urgent, if they tell, I have something urgent, I'm concerned about a mole or things like that, they always try to accommodate the patient sooner. And we also have a waiting list for more like a priority of patients, like they are very concerned about something, or they need to travel and they need to do something before they go. So I always have complaints about that. I have no space, but I cannot duplicate myself. I try my best, but we try to help the patients with that, with the waiting list, with the priority for emergencies or urgent cases and things like that.
Well, that's because your service is so good.
Oh, thank you.
Now, how crucial is effective communication with your patients for you, Dr. Miguel?
Well, I think it's super important to listen the concern of the patients in order to provide the best treatment. Mm-hmm. As you can see, I talk a lot, so I always.
That's good. I want my doctor to talk a lot. I really can't stand a doctor who will just sit there and just write, Then, and that's it.
Then you are very happy with me because I always like that type of relationship, talking a lot. I've been here many years. I know many of my patients, the children, the husband, the wife. So I like that. I like talking to my patient, and that tells you a lot about the conditions that they may have. They give you a lot of clues about the rash, about something that they have. And then I think it's important to tailor the treatment, to explain properly what we are going to do, the plan we are going to do. The nurses that we have, they are excellent. They are always trying to follow up on the patients. How is the treatment going? Do you need anything? I always tell them, please call us if something happened. I'm here. So, yeah, we try to establish. Sometimes it's difficult because it's true that sometimes it's overwhelming, but we try to be this available, to sort out things.
What are your opening hours?
We work from 9 to 5 from Monday to Friday, and on Saturdays I don't work, but my beauty therapists, they work from 9 to 1.
9 to 1 on Saturdays, and you close on Sundays. Now, let's go back to skincare. Not skincare, hair care, sorry. Mm-hmm. Hair care. Tell us a little bit more about how someone can take better care of their hair.
Well, first of all, we have many patients that they have anemia, low vitamin D, low iron, a problem with the thyroid that is not diagnosed. So sometimes when a patient is kind of thinking that, I'm having thinner hair, I'm losing my hair, it could be many things, But I always do a blood work first to make sure that everything is healthy, because there are many times lack of vitamins that are causing that, and they are like supplements that they are like helping in the healthiness, let's say, of the hair. No, everybody thinks about biotin, but biotin really, I don't think is doing much, to be honest, but in a specific type of alopecia. But in general...
1 second, biotin?
Biotin is everybody's you have a hair loss, take biotin. But biotin could interfere with the blood work, could alter the thyroid or the cardiac troponins. So you have to stop that kind of vitamins before doing a blood work. Mm-hmm. Many times people don't even realize that they are taking something and they don't stop it, and they could alter the blood work. And it doesn't do that much, to be honest. Mm-hmm. I think there are other things that they are helping much, like palmetto or things like that they are helping more to the hair.
Dr. Miguel, can we open the phone lines for a couple minutes?
Sure, of course.
If anybody want to call and ask a question?
Sure.
But the number to call is 949-6990. We'll just take a couple of calls. We still have some time. No, nails. Let's talk about nails. Why would someone come to you? What sort of nail problems would they have?
Here, the most important condition, or the most common condition, is the fungus, the tinea. Here we are with flip-flops. We are all the time exposed to the humidity. At the end, they get infected with the fungus, and it takes about 1 year to treat them. Oh, wow. So people think that we give them the treatment, and 2 months later they say, "Is it still there, doctor?" Yeah, of course, because your toenail is going to take about 9 months to 1 year to grow back. Mm-hmm. That's why you have to keep doing the treatment. And the problem is that they get over-infected many times. So it's a problem because it's kind of discouraging for the patient,
So if you have fungus in your toes, mm-hmm. and it goes untreated, what happens?
Well, they get obviously cosmetically. It doesn't look nice. Sometimes you could have another fungus in another part of the body if you are touching your toenails and you can spread to other part. Sometimes you destroy the nail. The nail could get bad if you keep with that infection. It's nothing serious, let's say, but if you want to treat it, there are some options that we can offer.
Okay. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll continue our discussion this morning with Dr. Rebeca de Miguel. Thanks to our sponsors, Cayman Insurance Center and Total Health.
How life treating you? I don't know how you do it. Traffic, errands, and don't forget work and chores. There is no time. I need to get Sarah a dental check, and Grandpa needs a checkup too.
Oh, I'm no supermom at all. But if you need all services under one roof, look no further. Try Total Health. They offer such great quality care, and we're able to work with my entire family and our busy schedule. Guess what? They are open 6 days a week and welcome walk-ins too.
Total Health at Grand Pavilion on West Bay Road. From Junior's X-rays to your daughter's dental care, their suite of services encompasses diabetology, ophthalmology, gynecology, ENT, physiotherapy, pharmacy, on-site laboratory, imaging, and the list goes on. Total Health is your one-stop convenient family healthcare solution. All the services of a hospital without the hassle.
Total Health in Grand Pavilion. Change the way you manage your family's health. Visit www.totalhealth.ky or call 333-2222.
Yo, big up Massive. Listen up, we got some good news for you. Digicel is bringing you the hottest deal in town. Send top up hassle-free to Jamaica with the My Digicel app. No fees for a limited time. Me people, it's pure love from Digicel. Send credit from the My Digicel app any kiosk or go to a Digicel store and show your loved ones in Jamaica you care. They will stay connected, chat and stream without them fees. Spread the word. This is a big deal. Tell your mother, father, uncle, auntie, brother, sister and friend. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Send top up to Jamaica today. Digicel, the ultimate connection.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit Digicel's website or contact customer support for more info.
Healthcare Pharmacy, caring about your health for the past 25 years. Radio Cayman's premier health show.
Alzheimer's and dementia, are they the same disorder?
Yeah, I think that's a very important question.
For the Health of It with Tara Bush.
For the Health of It with Tara Bush.
Is heard on Saturdays at 9:30 a.m. and on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Brought to you by Healthcare Pharmacy in Grand Harbor, where they care about your health. Transfer and refill your prescription online. Visit healthcarepharmacy.ky or call 947-8900. Healthcare Pharmacy, now with a second location in Governor's Square. Healthcare Pharmacy, where they care about your health.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host,
Anita Khan.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz. We opened the phone lines in case you had a question. You have a question for Dr. Rebeca de Miguel, but nobody's utilizing it. So, we're thinking that, we're covering everything that you need to hear. So that's good. That's a good sign. Dr. Miguel, retinol and is it retin-A? Is that?
There are two different ingredients. No, the ones that you can find over the counter is a cosmeceutical, is the retinol, that is not as effective as the retin-A, that is the tretinoin. The tretinoin is the proper retinate, as people know it, for wrinkles, texture, and that could irritate a lot the skin, so that needs a prescription.
Okay.
The other one doesn't need a prescription.
Okay, you find that but do you find, say, retinol in different
retinol? There are
products?
different cosmeceuticals. All the anti-aging lines, they have that, and they are like decent enough for the daily basis. But if you want something else, like a little bit more, effective, then you need a prescription.
Okay. As a dermatologist, Dr. Miguel, what would you say is the most disturbing, not disturbing, but something that bothers you a lot with skin problems?
In which sense?
Say major, I know you talk a lot about skin cancer, but is there any other issue that you like to that's close to your work?
Well, there are the most difficult conditions is when we have some advanced cases of lupus, autoimmune condition, pemphigus, difficult psoriasis or hidradenitis suppurativa. They are like impacting the quality of life of the patients, and some of the patients are very difficult cases, very comprehensive conditions. We have to do a lot of different treatments, and it's a challenge sometimes.
Psoriasis, do you see a lot of patients coming into your clinic with psoriasis?
Yes, with psoriasis we have a lot of patients, and nowadays we have a new medication for psoriasis, the biological treatments. That is an injection that you do every 2 weeks, every month, depending on the type, and they are amazing. So that changed the life of many of our patients.
Nice. Now, do you take Cynical?
Yes, we do with a referral. So the general practitioner at the hospital or another doctor at the hospital has to do a referral to us because we provide things that they don't have at the hospital, such as the mole mapping or more surgery, or there are other treatments that they don't have it also at the hospital. We see many patients from Cynical, but we need a referral.
Okay. Now, where are you located again?
We are at the Grove.
The Grove. That's
yes,
right.
It's the new
Great
plaza.
Location.
It's beautiful plaza. It's coming little by little, because at the beginning we were almost the only ones there, but now we have a lot of restaurants coming, gyms. It's a nice location near the public beach.
Near the West Bay Road, South Beach. Great location. Now, so we've covered skincare, hair, and nails. Is there anything else that you haven't covered?
Basically, those are the three things that we provide: treatments, diagnosis. We try to provide that an accurate diagnosis that is more important of anything, because sometimes the patients, they receive treatments without a proper diagnosis, no? And I think that's key, to have the proper diagnosis. And then as I said, I like to do a lot of education for the patients. We have, in fact, a program that is called Living with the Sun that we are trying to implement in the schools. We started last year in the CIS in early childhood. That it's like a tool for the teachers to provide them things, activities about the sun protection, about the good things, about the bad things about the sun. And it's a program that is a fantastic thing. We go also Derma to the school, and we do a workshop with the children how to apply the sunscreen, like games, and it's really fun.
So Living with the Sun.
Living with the Sun is the program.
You came up with?
This is a program that they have it in the Spanish Association of Dermatology, and I just adjusted to the Cayman Island.
Okay.
So my goal is in the future to have it in all the schools, to provide this tool to other schools. I started in the CIS because it's the school where my children go. But I just wanted to see a little bit how to implement that here in Cayman, and they were helping me a lot. And it's very interesting because you can tell that the children are learning a lot, and it's key to teach them from the very beginning when they are young, so they can learn that it's part of the education, it's part of the normal thing, no, to protect from the sun. And it's really fun when we go there.
It's putting on your underwear.
Yeah, it's exactly. And you can tell here that people are, they know that they have to use the long sleeve rash guard, the hat, it's very interesting how they are learning and implementing those measures to protect the skin. And it's really fun when we go there to the workshops with them. It's hilarious.
Do you think that, okay, so technically we should, as soon as you come out of the shower, just put that sunscreen on?
Yeah, it's like in the morning.
Before you put on any piece of clothing?
Well, no, I think you can, as soon before going outside, no? You can.
Okay.
Yes.
No, that's if you're going outside, right?
Yes.
Right. Now, we live by the ocean. We go to the beach every day. I stay away from the beach. The only time I go to the beach if there's a tree that I can sit under, if there's shade. Otherwise, I'm not going.
It's so interesting how many people they have low levels of vitamin D here. I was surprised when I came here. I was like, come on, it's impossible. We have the sun. But there are many people that don't go to the beach at all.
Well, because we just sit in the shade, right? So it defeats the purpose of going to the beach and getting some sun. But a long time ago, I used to sit in the sun and just lay out there and, just tan, of course. But, as you get older, you understand what happens with your body, right? So, no, it's hotter than normal these days, Dr. Miguel. Someone said to me the other day, well, there are times when the sun is really hot, say in the morning, between a certain time, and in the evening. So, what do you say about that?
Well, that's true. Here during the summertime, as I was saying, now all the Apple Watch and all these things, they have the indoor radiation incorporated on them, and you can tell when it's quite high, no? Right. And from 11 to 3, for instance, or something like that, is like 11. So it's like try to avoid it. If you want to go for a walk, go early in the morning or in the afternoon, or if you are going to swim, the same thing. So if it's not necessary during the summertime, definitely you should try to avoid certain hours at the beach, because you can definitely receive more sun than you should. And obviously hydrated, you have to use the sunscreen, clothes, etc. And sunglasses, that the people don't use sunglasses. I don't know why, because here it could affect also the eyes.
Now, Dr. Miguel, I know you have work to do. You have patients to see. If not, you'll have to push them way back to October. So, can you just recap on your services, where you're located, your time, your opening hours?
Well, we are at Derma, at the Grove. Our phone number is 233-1152, and you can email us to info@derma.ky. As I said, if somebody needs an appointment earlier, call us, because we try to accommodate urgent appointments, and we try to help all our patients with a waiting list. And we work from 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, and on Saturdays 9 to 1, and pretty much that.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Miguel.
Thank you so much.
We wish you all the best.
Thank you for having me.
And you're basically a new business, a year and a half.
Yeah.
Or so. So congratulations. It's still
Thank
in order.
you.
And hopefully we'll have you back in the studio to talk more about skincare, hair care, and nail care.
I will be happy to be here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your input. And if you didn't call this morning, well, you missed out on asking Dr. Miguel any questions that you might have. Remember now, we're still in the hurricane season, and our pets are members of our family. So ensure that they too have the proper supplies during a storm with a pet supply kit. And that kit should include any sort of medications your pet is taking, along with their medical records, their leash, harness, or carriers, food, that portable water bowl, cat litter, litter box, newspaper, and don't forget the can opener. If you must board or foster your dog, be sure to include feeding times, medical conditions, name and number of your vet, and any sort of behavioral problems that they might have. Also include a photo of your furry friend. Make sure you have it available just in case they might get lost. This is the Business Buzz. Thanks to our sponsors this morning, Cayman Insurance Center and Total Health. I want to say good morning, and I forgot to say morning to Susan. Susan, I forgot to say morning. We finished, and I forgot to say morning. Thanks to Susan. She's a producer of the Business Buzz. And, of course, to all our listeners, our YouTube viewers, our guests this morning, we had Miss Patricia Bryan from the talk show, Legal Talk on Mobile. And we've just finished our discussion with Dr. Rebeca de Miguel of Derma. Thanks to our sponsors, Cayman Insurance Center and Total Health, until Thursday, July 13th, when we bring you another Business Buzz, God's willing. We'll see you then. In the meantime, from me, Anita Khan, thank you so much for joining us this morning. And don't forget, if you missed the buzz this morning or want to hear more, go to YouTube and you can check out the discussion this morning.
The Business Buzz is proudly sponsored by Cayman Insurance Center, celebrating 45 years in the Cayman Islands, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services.
And Total Health in Grand Pavilion. Change the way you manage your family's health. Visit www.totalhealth.ky or call 333-2222.
Gotta do this one for all the fallen soldiers, all the forefathers.
You are listening to Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman